employers in India are very bullish on hiring trends, with hiring outlook for the upcoming June quarter at an all-time high. Around 36% of companies are planning to add more staff in the next 3 months, a survey has revealed, according to the latest ManpowerGroup employment outlook. Of the nearly 3,150 employers, 50% of employers are forecasting an increase in payrolls for April to June period. 14% anticipate a decrease and 33% expect no change, while 3% are not sure, with employment outlook coming in at 36%. With this, India tops the list when it comes to net employment outlook, with 36%, followed by the US at 34% and China at 32%. The global average stands at about 22%. What does this trend really mean for people out there looking for jobs? To talk about that, joining us is Alok Kumar. He's the president, Manpower Group. Alok, thank you very much for taking time out. First thing first, run us through some of the key takeaways of that survey. What stood out for you?
Yeah, thanks and good evening once again. And this is indeed a moment of pride for all of us, for India especially. And as you mentioned, the survey has been done among 42 countries, and India tops the list, and leaving behind US and China. And India tops the list with the net employment outlook of 36%, with 50% of the employers saying that they have a positive hiring outlook. We have been really consistent in demonstrating our capabilities and leveraging our demographic dividend. And the sectors like healthcare, life sciences, renewable energies are witnessing rapid growth rate with the aid and support from the Government of India's policies and various initiatives taken by them. Added by additionally the medical tourism in the healthcare industry, that's also booming around, and we have seen lots of positive things, lots of employment generating from these sectors. We have the maximum FDA approved production facilities outside the US in the entire world, further strengthening our educational infrastructure and the availability of our talent pool. That's the main extra, I will say that's the edge what we have over the other countries, and that's what is working in our favor.
Right. Alok, this is Krishna over here. The question I want to ask you is that, all these jobs that are being created, tell us, geographically speaking, let's go by, which cities should people be looking for jobs going forward? Is it going to be Mumbai? Is it going to be Delhi, Bengaluru? And also, is this job generation happening only in metro cities, or is it also happening in tier 2 cities as well, tier 3 as well?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, and it's not only confined to the metro cities. And in our survey, we have found that most of those, the growth is coming from the North India. We have divided into North, East, South, and West. Among these four, North is the biggest contributor. But however, having said that, the cities like Lucknow, Chandigarh, Varanasi, these are the promising cities, and they are showing even better growth than the metro cities. And that's the story throughout the India. We have the tier 2 and tier 3 cities having more job openings, having more job offers, and those are the companies having looking forward to invest and hire more in these cities. So that's the growth story of what we are going to say.
All right, and to all those people who are currently looking for jobs and also looking at this data, perhaps hoping that they'll get employed very soon, what skills are companies looking for? In your survey, what sort of job categories are companies looking to fill in, and what skills should one acquire at the moment to fill in these vacant positions?
See, mostly we have seen the growth which is predicted by the sectors like healthcare, life sciences, pharma. So that's the very promising growth sector, what we are seeing. Communication services and information technology, that's also one of the major sectors which has shown very positive hiring outlook, around 43%, 41% respectively. Finance and real estate, another sector wherein these are the very labor intensive sectors. So these sectors also, we are seeing lots of good positivity coming from these sectors. Industries, materials, so manufacturing, again, these are where most of the employment gets generated. So most of these things, if we see it's concentrated wherever there is more labor intensive units and the employment is getting generated in bulk, we are getting very, very positive outlook from all these industries.
Right. If I were to ask you at this stage, this data, this report is about the June quarter, which is the April, May, June quarter, where India has the strongest employment hiring outlook. The question here is that is it only meant to last until June, this euphoria, or what are the trends? What are the trends telling you? Will this extend beyond June for the rest of the year as well?
So far we are seeing a good growth story so far coming, and we have seen this is a 1% growth from our last quarter, and a good growth from the previous year. However, we have all the ingredients in place to have the positive outlook even in future. However, it's depends most of the things and depends on the various geopolitical things and other things, and we are also very hopeful that the trend will continue and it will keep on continuing at least for one more year.
All right. And Alok, if one were to look this data in context to the global average, 36% for India, 22% for the world, at 34% is US and that 32 is China. What is keeping India ahead of these countries? These are some of developed and emerging developing companies and countries at the moment. How and where does India stand out? What's working out for India?
See, the main thing which working in favor of India is our talent pool. So that's the one of the main ingredients what is working in our favor. Most of the population with us are new, are younger compared to all these countries, and we are seeing lots of investment and lots of commitment and lots of initiative from various government initiatives. So those are also propelling the growth in these even the tier 1, 2 and 3 kind of cities. So I think that these are few things which are giving us advantage over other countries.
All right, so a large talent pool and policies by the government helping India develop that talent pool, making these talent pool available for companies to hire. India looking at therefore a higher growth and obviously a resultant higher, better outlook in the June quarter. Yes, Krishna.
Right. When you say this is data that is telling you that there'll be more hiring that's taking place, this data interestingly comes at a time when there's so much concern about even a sector like IT, which is the largest employer in the country, them reducing the number of payrolls, them reducing their head count, etc., etc. So that's the kind of and there's so much of worries about whether artificial intelligence is taking away jobs. Will the job generation be the same with the arrival of the likes of ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence technologies? So in that sense, this is going against the trend of what's being spoken about when it comes to job generation in India, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and that's why this we are forecasting this for the next quarter, and this is what has come out in the survey, and this has been done with a very extensive survey of more than 3,000 employers, and all the sample size has been also taken very carefully by all this from all these different sections, different cities, different kind of industries. So while one side you are saying that the talent shortage is there, most of in our report itself it has said that there is a talent shortage, but this report is about the hiring intent. So these companies looking for talent, looking for people, and at the same time we have the talent shortage. So that's the gap which is still in the market, still in the industry. That's as the industry leaders, we and as a consulting company, we are also trying to find out with our clients, with our all the corporates, we are trying to find out how to fill this gap.
All right, there seems to be a talent gap and there is a hiring intent by companies. Of the 3,000 companies that were surveyed, majority of them hinting at hiring more and better in the June quarter. Alok, thank you very much for joining in and for your inputs on that very important story. I think it basically goes on to highlight the fact that India is growing at a faster clip and there are more jobs in the horizon for those who are waiting for.